Hey, Cards fans, welcome back to the Cardinals Cats podcast. And today I'll be joined with my co host, Javi Wasilak, and we'll talk about some Cardinals baseball. Let's get to it.
All right, so the Cardinals are now on top of the Central, ahead of the Brewers.
Half a game. The Brewers lost 7 in a row. 7 in a row.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It sounds like the Brewers aren't as good as the John Boys of the world think they are.
Yeah, I mean they have a really good rotation, obviously, and they have good bats too, but it's just I don't know. 7 in a row is not that's bad. That's really bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nowhere near the Angels like what, 13, 12 in a row or something like that.
Yeah.
But even still, that's not good.
Yeah. So I heard Madden, before he got fired, he got a mohawk.
Yeah, he got a mohawk, but then they didn't get to see it because he got fired.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And then that's so like ironically funny. Oh my gosh. But then, and also like that's like 2 managers, because Joe Girardi also got fired from the Phillies. And then as soon as he got fired, the Phillies won like 2 or 3 games with like 5 or more runs. I don't know if that's any actual correlation or if it's just coincidence, but that's kind of
But that's good. Essentially, we just gotta continue pushing forward. We can't let the Brewers get back into it, right?
No, yeah. I mean, we're only half a game up, but we got to keep going. I mean, we lost. Unfortunately, we got swept by the Rays, which was not a good time. But I mean, we brought it back. We won. Unfortunately, we weren't able to sweep the Reds series because of yesterday. Kind of let them have too many runs, and so we can't do it. Even with Juan Yepes' home run to make it within 1 run in the bottom of the 9th, which was fantastic, we still weren't able to get that back. But on Saturday though, Tommy Edman, I love Tommy Edman. Freaking fantastic. Walk-off home run. I mean, it barely went out, but oh my goodness. Unfortunately, I was watching like half the game, and then I had to go to work.
Yeah.
And my coworker came up to me and said, "Dude, your boy, Tommy Edman, he just walked it off." And I was like, seriously? The one time I'm not watching? Oh my gosh. He was fantastic.
Yeah, I was going to an open house, so I wasn't watching it either, but I just like looked at my phone. I was like, Tommy Edman walked it off. What?
Crazy.
That's crazy. Because I definitely thought they're going to lose that game. They're down like 4-1, right? For most of the game till like the 8th and 9th, they scored 4 runs.
Just goes
and
to show
put them on top.
You never know what's going to happen, which is why whenever I do go to ball games, I stay until the end of the game, because you never know what's going to happen. Even if it's 10-0, you never know what's going to happen. There have been, better comebacks.
Yeah, it's not like in football where, there's a time and it's like really like in baseball, you can just, if you keep hitting, you keep hitting, right? There's no time limit. So, I mean, you can come back from anything.
Yeah, and then we start playing the Pirates at the time of this recording today, with a doubleheader tomorrow. I'm actually going to be at the second game tomorrow, the 6:45 one. So I'll get some on-hand research there. And then for other news, Bader got taken out of the lineup. He got taken out of the lineup for today, and Arenado is going to DH, but he was taken out of the game the other day for what Ollie said was not showing enough effort and just kind of jogging instead of running out to a ball. And Bader owned up to it and said, like, yeah, I was, wasn't given 100%. I was upset about my at-bats that game, and so I respected his opinion about taking me out. which is good to hear because our Bader, as I heard on the radio and the broadcast, is kind of the life and the energy of the Cardinals program a lot of the time. So if he's not bringing that, it's kind of hard to get a lot of energy and something going. I remember, like other teams have really young guys doing that. Like Braves have Acuna, Jazz Chisholm for the Miami Marlins. I saw a video the other day of Ramon Laureano in the A's dugout saying, "Come on, guys, let's go." And then they came back to win it in like the 9th inning. So you got to have that spark, that one guy who's just always, going for you, picking you up.
Yeah, it's good to hear him like own up to it and say he'd be better, because it's good to hear that Marmol will like point out to guys so they don't get like in a rut of like not putting in effort and not getting results. So they can just reset and be better. Yeah.
It was a very professional move. He said, "Yeah, I wasn't doing it. He was right, so it's fine."
Yeah.
And then former Cardinal Matt Carpenter has been doing absolutely fantastic for the Yankees. 5 home runs. I think he has 5 home runs already, which is crazy.
Yeah.
I think I'm not. Don't quote me on this, but I think it's because he shaved his beard. It has to be it.
Yeah.
As soon as he shaved the beard and just went with the mustache, he's been hitting well,
Well, I think part of it is just a change of scenery, a new place to hit in. Because I think part of the problem with the Cardinals was I don't think he had a good connection with the hitting coach, and he wasn't as analytically minded. So, like,
what were you saying?
With the Cardinals, there's been some reporting that he didn't have a good connection with the hitting coaches, and he wasn't like listening to them.
Mm.
So it sounds like once he got to the Yankees, he knew he'd have to change that. He'd have to start listening.
Right.
And so he has a better approach. He's got a new bat size, and it sounds like he's hitting the ball better.
Yeah. I mean, it does help that left field in Yankee Stadium is a lot closer than in Busch Stadium. So that helps too.
Yeah. Right field.
Right field, right. Sorry.
Yeah.
He's a lefty, so you hit to the right field. But yeah, that was pretty cool. And I think Flaherty has 1 or 2 more rehab assignments before coming back.
Yeah, I think he's still got like 1 or 2 more in Memphis, but
yeah,
it'll be good to him back because he's been gone for a while, and we need the starting pitching.
Oh yeah, especially with Matz being out for a while. He was kind of supposed to be our like backup guy.
Yeah, I thought Matz would only be out for a few weeks, but it sounds like he'll be out for maybe a month. It sounds like the shoulder injury is pretty serious, actually.
Evidently, shoulders
which
can
sucks.
Get you.
But in other injury news, O'Neal's back and he's hitting great, which is good.
I know. I'm so happy. I mean, he's such a fat. I mean, I think I was watching one game where he had like a little, like he hit it down the third base line, but he was kind of waiting in the box, thinking he was going to go foul, and then he was like, "Oh crap!" And then he like started booking it. And because he's really fast, the third baseman kind of took one too many steps, and then he was like, "Oh, I got to get this." I think it was against the Reds.
Yeah.
And he overthrew it for an error, which scored a run, I think, in the first inning. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Which goes to show, I mean, even if he doesn't necessarily make super hard contact, the fact that he is that fast on the base pass, I think like he can run 31 feet in like 1 second. That makes people rush throws, causes errors. He's a decently good base runner. I think he's been caught twice stealing a few times in like a few weeks because he just got caught, as you do,
Yeah.
But it's glad to see him back. Carlson's back, so I hope that Carlson can get some good ABs in the next coming, few games that he's in.
Yeah, but I'm not sure with Carlson that he's gonna start every day, especially with like Yepes and
Donovan.
Gorman up. I'm not sure they're just gonna place him out there every day. I'm sure they'll like, split time between the two of them.
Right. I must
You
say,
know.
I'm loving the fact that Donovan can play like anywhere.
Yeah.
I think I don't know if he's played center this year yet, but I think other than maybe center field, pitcher, and catcher, I think he's played every single position other than that, which is
Yeah.
I mean, it just gives us such flexibility to like do whatever we need when we need to. I remember when Corey Dickerson got hurt that one game, we quickly sent Donovan to right field and we put Albert at first because we were able to just do that because we know that he can basically play anywhere we need him to be, along with being a really good left-handed batter, batting like what I think 292 or something like that.
He's batting pretty well, yeah. And Yepes also has some utility potential. Like he's played first in some of the outfield positions, and I think he's maybe played third.
I think he has. I think outfield's okay for Yepes. He just is not the speediest guy on the planet. So running down ball, like I remember he was playing left field one time when O'Neill was still out. And I do think if O'Neill was playing that day, O'Neill would have caught that ball because O'Neill was fast enough. But him being able to play a lot of different spots too is also really good. That helps us out. Tommy Edman can do second and short and the outfield too. Like we have a lot of nice utility guys that we can mix and match our lineup however we need to be able to have a good defense going.
Yeah, that's really nice. And it's like this year, I think Marmol's doing more. Like he won't just like throw out the same lineup every night. He'll change it up like a lot.
Yeah, see what works.
Yeah, and see who is hitting well and who needs a break.
I'm liking it. It's kind of every day is like a fresh start. You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Other than Tommy Edman being leadoff, that's kind of like every day.
Yeah. Yeah. So DeYoung's hitting a little bit better in AAA.
Yeah, I heard that.
But I think he's only been there for a few weeks, right? Like 3 weeks.
Something like that. Yeah, not a long time.
And like for the past 3 years in the major leagues, he hasn't been hitting well. So I don't think that the 3 weeks in AAA will, I don't think I think he needs more time in AAA to continue developing before we bring him back up.
Right, to show that he can consistently do it. Because we've seen that DeYoung, even on his bad years, has like 2 or 3 weeks where he is really good again, but then he just falls off. You know. And minor league pitching is very different from major league pitching, Even though it is AAA, it is a different animal. So like very good success, and I'm happy that he's having that success, but he's got to be able to consistently show that, I think, to be called back up. Now, I do think with our shortstop situation that Edmundo Sosa maybe at some point, depending on where we are at the trade deadline, may or may not become a like package deal sort of a thing with somebody else if we need a big trade. I think Sosa would be a decently good trade piece, if anything else.
Yeah. And I think Dickerson as well. He might be traded if they can get anything from him, or just DFA'd.
Yeah. Unfortunate that we signed him, but it happens.
Yeah, because I think I saw a stat that they signed Jock Peterson for about the same amount of money as we signed Corey Dickerson. It's just like, what are you thinking, Mo? Two completely different
ball players. I was really hoping, because I knew the A's were gonna like clean shop. I knew Matt Olson. I knew all those guys were kind of leaving. I was really hoping, considering our pitching situation, that we were going to sign Chris Bassett, Because I think as a Cardinal, he would have done so well because he does induce a lot of ground balls. Obviously, he's with the Mets now, which, kind of, I saw that and I was like, oh, that kind of sucks. Because I think he would have been fantastic.
The Mets rotation, you can just drool over that. I mean,
Scherzer, I mean, even with Scherzer and DeGrom out right now, they still got.
Yeah, they're still like 40-win team already. Like
New York baseball is just doing something different because even the Yankees are at the Yankees are at 44 wins too.
Yeah,
and the Mets are at 40 wins. Like, I don't know what's going on in New York, but baseball is like prime time right now.
Yeah, I mean, some people are saying that the Mets will kind of fall off. They say like that's what they do every year,
Yeah, they're gonna.
And the Braves will come back.
Right.
Yeah, but with this much talent, I don't see how they can. And with DeGrom and Scherzer coming back,
at some point they're gonna. I knew I was watching all the offseason stuff, and I was seeing everything that the Mets were doing already with having good players like Alonso and Lindor, like just in their lineup, and I was like, the Mets. Before the season, even before spring training started, I was like, the Mets are gonna be a problem.
Yeah,
they're gonna be reckoned with. They're probably gonna lead as they are the National League East for a while, if not win that division at the end of the year. There's the whole stigma of like the jokes of like, welcome to New York Mets baseball. Here's the first pitch, and the season's over. I don't think that's the case this year. I think they have a really good chance of winning that division and going a long way. I saw the new brackets situation for the postseason this season, and I got to tell you, I am a big fan of 3-game wild cards. Oh my.
Yeah.
That's a big pat on the back for me.
So if the Cardinals make the playoffs, it would be interesting to see if we played the Mets. That would be a really interesting series because of the rivalries and the
especially this year, with the fights that we've been having with them, that would be
but fun. I think at this point we're not as talented. Obviously we're not as talented as the Mets, and so my question is Flaherty coming back and maybe putting Hicks back in the bullpen, is that enough, or do we need more pitching? Like, do we need to add a few? I think we probably need to add a few more bullpen arms, right? Because like Oviedo hasn't been great. Woodford's he's only okay. Yeah.
We kind of have. I think it's like Cabrera has done well, and Gallegos has done pretty good this season, but other than those two, or Helsley's done pretty good. Actually.
And Helsley,
yeah. But I do think we need maybe one more good starting pitcher, and bullpen arms, because even though offensively we're doing a lot of feast and famine right now, even though we're like about a third of the way done, I feel like by the time we would enter into the postseason, if we're a postseason team, which I do believe we are, we'll figure out at that point and gotten used to getting good runs and getting consistently 3 or 4 runs, however many we need to win ball games. So I'm not as worried with the offensive potential as I am with, we got to be able to keep, because if we are still, every now and again we have that game where we just don't score more than 2 runs or even 1. We got to have those guys that can keep the other team in a shutout. If we can only win by 1, we got to be able to have the pitchers to keep the other team at bay. Yeah.
But I think we do have some guys coming up, like Zach Thompson, I think will be pretty good. I know he pitched his innings against the Cubs, but so hopefully he can be a pretty good pitcher. I don't know. he would probably be a bullpen arm, I'm assuming, right?
Most likely, I would say, yeah, probably.
And Palante has been pretty underrated this year, honestly. He's been pretty good.
Yeah.
So,
there was
but
one guy, I don't know, it might have been actually Palante, who was pitching, kind of just came out of the bullpen, and he pitched like he came in, I think, in like the 6th and went all the way to like the 8th or something like that. Or maybe I could be wrong.
Yeah.
He was pitching like good 3 innings, which was nice from, a bullpen arm.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with the rotation. Because like obviously Palante got the start the other day, and I'm not sure he's a starter. I don't think he should be a starter, but I think he should be a good bullpen arm.
Yeah, I think he's a nice in-between guy. Like if our starter had a rough day, rough outing or whatever, he can come in and like the 4th, eat up innings to like maybe the 7th, and then we can get into like Cabrera and Giovanni, whoever we need to like finish the game out. I was just saying that I think that he could be a good in-between piece, eat up some innings if our starting guy was having a bad day, going from like, if he can come in like the 4th, go to like the 6th or the 7th, eat those innings up, and then have the last few guys come out for like the 8th and the 9th. I think that's kind of his spot at the moment. And I think that's a good spot to have because, you're going to have those days where the pitchers don't do their job well because of just an off day or the guys got to them better. But Michaelis has been doing fantastic. Even though he hasn't won some of the games, he's been getting quality starts,
Yeah. Yeah, Michaelis has been the one guy that's been like a solid, like, we know we can win tonight. We got Michaelis on the mound.
Yeah.
Like Wainwright, he's been good, but he hasn't been as good as he was last year.
Right.
I don't think. Like he gave up.
He's been giving up a lot of runs. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's still okay. But he should probably be your 3rd starter.
Yeah, but we still for sure definitely need him with what we. Yeah,
we definitely need him, and we definitely need Michaelis.
100%.
But I think when Flaherty gets back, we'll have a solid ace, and we can build a better lead over the Brewers in the division.
Yeah, that's really the big thing. We got to be able to keep the Brewers at bay for the division, because even though I do think we're going to be a postseason team no matter what happens, if we can win that division and get a good seeding where we don't have to play the wild card potentially, that would obviously, not playing, potentially 3 more games to continue would be huge.
Yeah, because we haven't had much luck in the wild card. And like last year, we lost
to the
Dodgers.
Last year I was watching, and as soon as Reyes threw the pitch, I was like, oh, like literally, like before it even got hit, I was like, oh my God, that's a bad pitch.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
In the year before that, I think we played the Padres in the wild card.
Yeah.
And we lost that. So we haven't, in recent years at least, we haven't had much luck, and it'd be nice to get the bye and have a 7 game.
Yeah. And even if we do go to the wild card, considering the fact that this season and for seasons onward, it is a 3-game series, I think that will help and give us a better chance. But it would still be way nicer to win the division, get the bye, and just wait to see whoever wins the wild card. Because if for some reason the Brewers lose the wild card, as good teams lose the wild card sometimes, we don't have to deal with them anymore. They're gone.
Yeah, and it also it's more like a pride thing. Like we we are better than the Brewers. Like
For sure.
we
I mean,
won
of course
the
we're better
division.
than the Brewers. The Brewers haven't even won a World Series yet.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been, but they haven't won, Like, we've been, but we've won 11,
Yeah. Yeah. And you mentioned a name there, Alex Reyes.
Yeah.
How's he doing? He's injured, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure when I saw it, I'm pretty sure he's out. I'm pretty sure he's done for the season. Because he's getting surgery on his like elbow or something. So like he's donezo. Which again,
okay.
I think this is like the second season this is happening where he's just out for the whole season, getting a bunch of money for doing nothing after losing the Wildcat. I mean, it wasn't all his fault, but that kind of irks me a little bit. The fact that he's hurt again and he can't do his job.
Yeah.
But yeah, at least as if my memory is serving me right, I'm pretty sure he's out for the season.
Yeah, it sounds like maybe he'll be back by the playoffs, but it's unlikely. So
yeah,
pretty much
shoulder surgery, not elbow surgery.
Yeah. And Matt's, is he gonna have surgery or he just?
I don't know if Matt's is having surgery or if we're just waiting to see what's going on. I think right now he's just on a 15-day injured list with just what they call a shoulder impingement. So we'll see if that's surgery necessary coming up here soon, or if they're just having to put him on the IL to wait for it to just naturally just get better, and if it's just like a muscle thing, which I hope so, because if he does come back, he'd be nice to have again,
Yes. He's been a little inconsistent, but he's a good pitcher. And he gets innings. So
just hoping for a W tonight against the Pirates. We should win,
With the Pirates, we got who's starting? We got Thompson is starting.
Yeah, we'll see how he does.
Mitch Keller. At Bush. Tomorrow we got Liberatore, and then Michaelis.
We got a double second game in the doubleheader.
Yeah, we got a doubleheader tomorrow.
Yes, I get to see Michaelis pitch. It's gonna be a good time.
You're going to the game?
I'm going to the 6:45 game tomorrow. Yeah.
Nice.
So.
All right, maybe you can do some interviewing.
I'll go down all the way to the bottom and say, Mr. Michaelis, how you doing?
Yeah. So that's a 4-game series, it looks like, right?
Yeah.
Got the game tonight, doubleheader, and then a game on Wednesday. Then it got an off day on Thursday. And then we got the AL East with the Red Sox for a 3-game set. So, but they haven't been as good as they were last year. So,
yeah, I think their very big disappointing thing was Trevor Story just not really being the guy that they thought he was going to be.